The Milwaukee Bucks are the 2021 NBA champions, and for me, it is well deserved. I know a lot of people are going to point to the fact that there were so many injuries to so many teams, superstar players, that the Bucks and the Suns probably shouldn't have been there. But regardless, they made it there, and they had to play each other, and both teams were essentially at full strength. So that became a moot point. You had CP3 and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton just on fire. Ever since they battled back from being down 2-1 against the Lakers, they just kind of like started steamrolling through teams. They had a little bit of adversity against the Clippers, but you know, they were on a roll. They got up 0-2, and at that point, Chris Paul was point god, and he was about to cement his legacy and win his first chip, and it was just a miraculous turnaround with what he did to take the Phoenix Suns and put them into contention for a title after only being there for one season, his veteran leadership, so on and so forth. Well, you had Giannis, who signed the extension with the Bucks. He two-time MVP, and a lot of people were saying he plays in a market like Milwaukee. He's not going to be able to attract any other superstars. He's just going to languish. His loyalty is going to, be his downfall, because he's going to be loyal to a franchise and a city that's not going to be able to deliver a chip. It's not going to be able to build a winning team around him. And here we are today. He is the Finals MVP, and he had a monster game today, 50 points. I don't know the entire stat line, but he only missed one free throw. I think he was like 16 for 17, and he just played an inspired performance. He put that team on his back, and he delivered. Chris Middleton, he didn't have the greatest game of this series, but he made the shots when it count. And Drew Holiday, he continued to play excellent defense and just get the steals and the stops and the buckets when they needed them. Overall, great team effort. And for me, it couldn't have happened to a more deserving player than Giannis. The fact that he decided to stay loyal to the team and show his appreciation for them putting faith in him as a young rookie all those years ago, 8 seasons ago. And, good for him, good for that franchise, good for that team. They deserve it, and that city's going to be going crazy. I've been to the Pfizer Forum, and the surrounding neighborhood. It's a fun place to go, and I'm sure they're going to be eating a lot of cheese curds out there in Milwaukee, and drinking a lot of beer, and just doing. Hopefully, they don't burn too many cop cars or whatever they're going to do over there. It's been so long since they've won a title. I mean, Kareem was on their team last time they won a championship, but they deserve it. Giannis deserves it for his loyalty, and I feel like he's got a great character. He's a great guy. Now, Chris Paul, a lot of pundits were saying that this win, lose, or draw, well, there's no draw, but win or lose, his legacy wouldn't be affected, but I disagree. A lot of these losses, game 4, he had big turnovers. I mean, he had a lot of turnovers in moments that turned out to be critical, and I think a lot of the fault has to fall on Chris Paul. You get the credit when you lead them. You should take the blame when you falter. And another question: now that Giannis and company have delivered a championship to Milwaukee, will that make that a more desirable destination? Because I know that has been the talk a lot of times. Like, that's a small market and nobody wants to go there. You can't attract free agents, but they just delivered a title, and I feel like that just elevated their whole culture, their whole team. They're going to be better next season simply for that, in my opinion. I mean, their mentality is going to be from can we do it to we have done it. So they might be able to add more pieces. Who knows? It's going to be interesting to see what happens next season when teams are presumably going to be at full strength in their respective divisions, to see how well each of these teams fares should they stay together when their opposition in the playoffs is presumably going to be at full strength. But regardless of that, point guard turned into point fraud. I hate to say it, but CP3, maybe this is why you've only appeared in one final series, and maybe this is why You've blown so many other series leads. And Giannis, you know, the Greek freak, or whatever they want to call him, that man is well deserving, and he just really put on a great performance, a career-defining performance tonight. So I'm no expert. I just call it how I see it, but I'm glad the Bucks won, and I think the most deserving player, the best player on that team, led his team to the finals and to the victory. UNO.